The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Chan! What up, what up, what up, what up, and welcome to New York Session! We are back again like we never left, in for round 10 for the week. So if you guys are in the building, go ahead and say what's up, go say what's up, go say what's up. Kyle saying his 5K account up and running already from this morning's earlier Friday Forgotten Bangers. Let me know how the audio is, if you guys can hear me, if everything is steady. Am I loud? Am I clear? Let us know, chat. Let us know. Chad, did you see how unlucky we got on that trade earlier? Freaking wicked like the sniperest of sniper wicks, and then fell back to the daily pivot where we would have gone break even. So that is hella unlucky. But in any regard, we got some bullish momentum off of the daily pivot anyway. So we would have gotten a break even instead of a win. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's Friday after all. Friday. I hope you guys are having a fan-freaking-tastic one. I, for one, because my birthday is on Tuesday, so I'm taking this as my birthday weekend. Because next weekend, I got to go East London to go help out with a powerlifting meet. So I'm going to be busy that weekend. So we're going to go do some celebrations this weekend. Tonight, celebrating with some gym. Oh, yeah. Go and get my workout on. Tomorrow, hang out with friends. Don't have plans for Sunday. Might try and secure myself a little bit of a hot date. We don't know. We don't know. We gonna find out. More on that later. But before we get into that, Chad, let's start off with a little bit of a prayer. Let's invite the good Lord into this session. So please, let's bow our heads and get ready in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, bless us this day, bless us this session. We're going into the last training session of the week. It has been a very fruitful week thus far. Let us end it off in a really good way. Let us not ruin the week we've had so far with greed, with wanting more, with thinking that we deserve more than we have gotten. Let's go into this with a relaxed mind, with an even temperament. Let's go out there and get the most that we can from the opportunity presented from us. And regardless of the outcome, win, lose, break even, let us accept it humbly and move past it, because there are many more trading sessions to come in the weeks, months, and years that are to follow. So let us glorify your name in everything that we do this day. In your name we pray. Amen. And Chad, if you believe in what I just said, go ahead and pop an amen in the comment section down below and let the good Lord know that we are all here in his name. There we go, Chad. All right. Moving on to the economic calendar. As soon as I figure out how to transfer, there it is. All right, Chad. So as we can see, we got news at 4 p.m. We got consumer sentiment and inflation expectations coming out at 4. So that's going to be a little bit of something to contend with. So we're going to see what's going to happen when New York opens. I am still confident in shorts being the predominant move, depending on what the news comes out as. So we're going to have to wait and see how that goes. Moving on to the actual pairs, US 30. Like I said earlier, we were in a trade during London. I think we took it on the 5. It was after... No, it was before all of this. It was somewhere on here. After that little rejection, we waited for a little bit of a pullback on there. I believe we did a 40 pip stop. I think we got one of those bad boys in for us. Check that. Wicked us out. Micro little wiki. Danced around. Boom. Straight for the daily pivot. Again, like I said, daily pivot would have been our break-even level, so we would have been tapped out at break-even anyway, but break-even better than a loss. So going on to the daily, just to recap what my analysis for the day is. So on US 30, like I said, overall bearish. We had some nice little bearish order flow over the last little while. Breaking structure, breaking little support levels there. You see how we had a break, retest, and continuation of that move over there. We do have some previous resistance turned support levels that we have just broken through on there. So because we have broken through those levels, crashed through, I am anticipating a little bit or more of a bearish move long term. Whether we get that today or not is left to be seen. Moving on to what things are going to be like on today's forecast. Fundamentally, I'm still bearish on US 30. We have bounced off the weekly S2. If we happen to, after bouncing off the weekly S2, if we then break below the EQ once more, break back into the Asian range, maybe retest the EQ, I do think then finally we're going to get that bearish move down to Asia lows and potentially previous daily lows down there is what I am anticipating. It would be entirely possible for us to break back in here, retest, just tap Asia lows, and then do a little bit of this choppa-rah-rah rest of the session. Given today is Friday, that is entirely possible. Given the fact that we're going to be keeping a bottom wick open for the rest of the session, so that's entirely possible. We'll have to wait and see. But I am anticipating a bearish move being the predominant move for New York. If not, what we could see now with New York is a break above the weekly S2, a nice little retest of it, and then the main move being a nice little solid pullback back to the daily R1. We have had nothing but waterfall action the last couple of days, so a bit of a pullback would be expected. However, fundamentally, I'm still bearish on US 30. Looking at the Nasdaq, similar vibe, nice little bearish action, waterfall effect coming in. We did break previous support levels, and now I'm thinking about it retesting some of these previous resistance turn support levels is what I'm aiming for. We're going for that magical little 19,000 psychological level is where I think price is going to end up at in the short to medium term. How are we going to get there? We've taken a nice little sweep of Asia highs. If we are to break back into the Asian range, I would expect a attack for Asia lows and then maybe an attack for previous daily lows. So very similar to what I have on the US 30. NAS and US 30 moving perfectly in tandem the last couple days and weeks. So pretty similar outlook on there for the two of them. That's what I'll be looking for. In terms of buys, I'm not really sold on the buys on NAS at the moment. So if we were to buy, I'd probably sit that one out myself. And then in terms of gold, we finally hit that 3,000 level. I should actually look for, how much time do we have? I should actually look, check that little magical 3,000 level. I should actually look which episode of Traders Next Door did I call that 3,000 level happening on. It was sometime last year. I called 3,000 and boy did we hit it. And we hit it big. I do think now that we've hit 3,000, depending on what the news has in store for us at 4 o'clock, if it is very bearish for the US dollar, we could see further action on gold. So it probably trailing around here until 4 o'clock and then making a move for daily R1, weekly R3. If not, and the news is very positive for the US dollar, we could see a massive little pullback on gold because we've had nothing but pure bullish action the last little while. So this break back into the Asian range, going for the daily pivot, which remains untested, and the EQ, which also remains untested, retracing at least a partial little pullback of the bullish action we have been having on gold. So I'm mostly interested in sells on gold. I would need to wait and see what the news comes out at. Give me a fundamental bias on that, and that is what I would take it on. So that's my plan for the day. That's what I'm looking at. We will be trading the Power Ranger on NAS a little bit later, so very curious to see how we end up on there. Yeah, and that's my analysis for today. See what the chat's saying. Trump ordered by court to reappoint thousands of government staff who were sacked due to the whole Doge thing. Apparently, they were dismissed fairly and they think you mean unfairly and non-compliant with the labor laws in the U.S. I don't really know what Elon's doing right now. I don't know what game Doge and Elon and Trump are doing right now. It's quite because as soon as they started those layoffs, I was like, this doesn't seem legal to me. I don't know what these guys are doing. So we're gonna see what happens in that respect. Tesla has come out and said that the tariffs will indirectly hurt the company in the long run. Listen, things right now. But here's the thing. How can I articulate this statement? seemingly stupid decisions on the surface can sometimes have genius motivations behind it. Let's put it that way. Who the genius motivations are going to benefit is sometimes up in the air, but seemingly stupid decisions done by politicians, you think like, why on earth would you do something like that? And it's like, nah, there was method to the madness. It just didn't benefit who you thought it was going to benefit, is all. So we'll see what's in store over the next couple of weeks. But it's going to be a very interesting time in the markets, a very interesting time politically in the U.S. So we're going to see. Trump right now is using his tariffs as a sort of like, it's almost like it's a negotiation tactic, man. It's a game of chicken. It's like, listen, I'm going to threaten you with this so I can get this. And I don't necessarily want to play this card because this card's going to cost me a little bit as well. But I'm willing to bet that you don't want me to play this card more than I don't want to play this card. So it's like a game of chicken. Like, give me what I want, or I put 40% tariffs from your country. And like, 40% tariffs is going to hurt me a little bit, but it's going to hurt you a lot of bit. So, who's going to end up on top anyway? I think he's playing that kind of game. Trump uses as leverage bargaining power against other countries. So that's exactly it. It's a bargaining chip. He's playing hardball. It's like I'm gonna nuke the building, knowing I'm gonna survive and you'll be wrecked. So we'll see how it goes down. I am very interested. I'm keeping tabs. Yeah, I will find it interesting. The thought occurred to me the other day. How old is the Donald? How old is the Donald? Do you guys remember when Donald Trump was the host of a TV show? And that was his most famous claim to fame. If you had told me back then that this dude would be the president of the United States, I'd be like, what on earth are you talking about? Donald Trump is 78 years old. Jeez Louise. Guys, they make teachers retire after 65. Like you are no longer trusted to teach children. Get out. You are senile. Get out. But somehow, like, oh no, 78, yeah, you can run the country and do negotiations, and like you'll be fine. Same thing with doctors. It's like, oh, like you're in your 70s, you can still cut people open with a knife. That nothing wrong should happen. I don't understand. But like poor Susan in the admin department turned 65. It's like, Susan, you have to retire. You're gonna mess the books up. I don't understand. I do not understand how that works. So we're looking at another hard raindrop sell today. That is what I am wanting to see. But the market does not give 2 cents about what I want to see. But that is what I want to see. That is what I'm expecting to see. We'll see if that plays out. We do have that sentimental news is I wouldn't say S tier of importance, maybe like B tier of importance in terms of overall market sentiment. So if that comes out strongly one way, it could reverse the whole expectation of what the markets are going to do. But if it comes out more or less flat, only slightly off, then I wouldn't expect it to change the overall sentiment. Trump Bank and other countries wouldn't dare to retaliate tariffs. This is all a farce, and his advisors will go back on almost all. I'm willing to. I'm betting that direction as well. But yeah, we'll see. Like every time it's like, oh, we're gonna announce new tariffs, and then they go into like slight negotiations. Like, okay, we'll pause them. Okay, we'll do new tariffs. Okay, negotiate. Okay, we'll pause them. It's just a back and forth. It's all a sly negotiation tactic. All right, Chad, we have 4 minutes till market open. I'm keen to see what's going to play down. Sells from market open. I'm more confident in them on US 30, given we bounced nicely off that weekly S2, heading back for the Asian range. How big is the range right now from there to there? And it's a nice, only 60 pip. I might take a cheeky half shot on US 30 sells, anticipating that bearish volume. With NAS, I'm not as happy with where price currently is. Although I promised myself I'm not going to take trades just before New York Open anymore. Because about 5 of the last... 5? Probably a bit more. Probably 6 of the last 10 times I've tried that, I've gotten burnt. Although 4 of the last 10 worked out perfectly. Am I right? Okay. Let me not be a DJ on stream and take a whole bunch of you out with me. Let me be good. Let me follow the rules. Do you enter a trade on gold? What's your thoughts on it hitting all-time highs yet again? We called this a few months ago that it was going to hit all-time highs. So I'm waiting to see what the fundamental news is going to come out as at 4 o'clock. If that is bad for US dollar, I think we're going to have another all-time highs run. If not, if that is even neutral or positive for the dollar, then I think gold is going to park the bus for a bit here. I don't think we're going to run significantly far, much further than the 3,000 mark, and a pullback would be in order at some point. I think a lot of the market's going to be waiting on that news. We'll see now during market open. I might be wrong, and market open might do a nice little attack of the daily R1. But I think for the most part, gold's gonna wait and see what's up. But right now, with everything happening in the U.S., gold has been super bullish, and I don't see anything yet in the horizon that would indicate a large shift fundamentally to any other direction. At least none that I have been paying too close attention to as of yet. I think we do have FOMC coming out soon. I'm not sure. The Fed should be speaking soon, eh? I'm very interested to see what Powell's going to have to say about everything that's been going down as of late. Because, yeah, Trump has not made his job easy. Trump has not made his job easy at all. Nicely, I wanted to get in on these early sells on here. All right, Chad, markets are open and in motion. Round 10, fight. And let's get it going, Chad. Now, we broke back into the Asian range. That is retapping Asia highs. I'm going to wait for this first 5-minute candle before I do anything on US 30. Let's hope the move does not happen without us. 5 minutes is a long time in terms of New York Open. But let's see. We did try to sell earlier. We were just a little bit early, I think. Went for that weekly S2 first. Broken back in under the daily pivot. Had we tried sells from the EQ, if we tried a traditional 30 pip stop, we would have been wicked out. 50 pip stop would have had us still in. We might miss that move, Chad. But is what it is. Gotta follow the rules. Let's not get too cheeky. We still might be able to catch it if it breaks below Asia lows. If we don't tap this monthly level, I might wait for a little bit of a retrace before trying to take the sells from there. But if we tap it from here, then I'll have to wait for sell continuations thereafter. Can you trade NAS 100 with XM? I believe so. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I wonder how the Cape Town little seminar is going, because they should be well into it now. I remember one of the original plans was to trade live during the Cape Town seminar. I wonder if they're actually doing that. They were talking about issues having enough chairs and stuff. Or enough tables, rather. Yo, Chad. The length of this week has caught up with me. I'm very keen to chill this weekend, have a little bit of funsies, have a little bit of relaxation. I was keen to go to the gym today, but I feel like I tweaked my pec yesterday. I'm meant to be benching today. I don't know how safe it would be to put pressure on this pec tonight. I think I'll try and then just go by feel. Or maybe I should just give today a skip and just train tomorrow. Could just train tomorrow morning. I don't know. Okay, we've tapped that level, so I'm not going to bother with trying to get the grubber off the EQ. What I'm going to wait and see is if we can hold below this level, below the Asia lows and this monthly support level. No picks, no zicks. Wow. It's more like big picks, big paychecks. Oh, damn it. I just tried to flex the thing and it just, oh, that was so. Okay, I don't think I'm benching today, guys. Jeez, I tweaked this thing properly. Okay, I'm okay. Jeez, that stung. Okay. Oh, guys, getting old sucks. Who pulls their pec deadlifting? That's insane. Jeez, Nas has gone super bullish. Check that blue dildo. That blue dildo candle. Pew! I was not expecting that, Chad. I was not expecting that. Okay. Yo, Nas just been bullish today. I'm guessing wanting that weekly S1. If we do reach the weekly S1 and we reject off there or the daily R1, I'm gonna be very tempted to sell off there. Although at one point, am I gonna let go of my bearish bias and just accept the fact that we just might be super bullish today? That is a good question. Okay, we're gonna wait for the open range to settle there. I think we'll just stick with the power range on NASDAQ. On US 30, see, I don't like when US 30 and NAS diverge from each other, because like one of them has the true move of the day and one of them is lying. Gonna save energy for the birthday week ahead. Nah, bro, that's future Edgar's problem. Current Edgar gonna live it up. Yeah. Jeez, my pec is really sore. Holy, is this thing torn? Does it feel torn? Nah, it feels like the other one. Oh, but it is tender right there. I need to go to my massage therapist. Yo, my body's falling apart. Okay. Not dying. Well, I am dying. A little bit faster than 1 day per day. But it won't be over 2 days. Okay, Jai, we're just waiting for a nice little setup here. I want a closure below Asia lows. We've swept Asia lows now, swept Asia highs, so a little bit stuck in the range. Not entirely sure of direction, so I'd want a close below Asia lows to confirm sell continuations on there. Ed, Chad, RCU leadership will catch up on Monday during the London stream. Ed, enjoy. Take care. Cheers, Juice. Have a fan-frickin-tastic weekend. Shot for coming through. We'll catch you. Jeez, Naz is super bullish right now. Naz buys, US 30 sell. It's a trap, folks. It's a trap. Somebody trying to get us. Oof. Okay, we're going to see what happens at these levels, Chad. Okay, we're bouncing off those levels. Let's see if it's going to hold. I'm still going to wait for the 15-minute shuffle on this. Right now, the open range is 150 pips. Jeez, that's a massive open range. Price is volatile today. What's US 30 doing? Down then back up. I suspect US 30 might just range until the 4 o'clock news comes out. Anyway, Chad, anyone got any crazy plans for the weekend? I'm going to be boring, spending my Friday night at the gym, pumping it out. And then beach day on Saturday. Gonna be with a couple mates, chill on the beach, get some sun, get some vitamin D. I almost made a terrible joke just now, but I'm like, we've had 3 streams so far get a little unhinged. Let's not unhinge the last one as well. Ed, how's the gym crush? The gym crush is gym crushing. They might be there tonight. They might not be. We don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I need to stop talking about these things out loud. Like I feel like what's this thing? I feel like any other woman who's even partially interested in me was gonna tune in on here and be like, "Oh, Ed's crushing on some other girl. Screw him then. I'm leave him alone then." I feel like I'm narrowing my options. Your boy should not be talking about this on stream. Keep my options open. But we'll see, Chad. If we pull this off, I'll tell you guys the story. I'll tell you guys the story. There is another girl. We haven't spoken. I haven't spoken to this girl a lick at all. But every time I am at that gym, every time I turn towards her direction, she is staring at me. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm imagining it or if I'm like seeing things that shouldn't be there, but I am pretty sure that girl stares at me. And then I'm like, listen, I'm not exactly Idris Elba. So I'm like, is this a good stare? Is this a bad stare? Is this these stupid power lifters are always taking up all the weights and grunting and shit when they train stare? Or is this a this man look good stare? I don't know. I could ask around, but I feel like if I ask around, I'm making it a thing. I don't know. I mean, she's not exactly my type, but she's not exactly not my type either. If you catch my drift. I don't know. Ed has options. Ed doesn't know what to do with options. Ed's been out the game too long. Ed's overthinking the entire process. Ed is having a good time with the whole situation, though. Ed's having fun. Ed's having fun. I gotta say, Chad, I wasn't exactly planning on being single, but now that I am, not hating every aspect of it. There are some fun aspects to it. It's like a little adventure. Okay. Naz seems to be holding still, rejecting that weekly level. Didn't quite touch the daily one. And I'm always of the opinion we didn't get that close not to touch it. I feel like it's gonna come back for it at some point. So, locked in on there. US 30. Okay, looks like the bullish move was the play. We took out Asia lows, doing a bullish reversal on there. Buy continuations, if we close above this level, might be a thing. There might be a thing. Maybe aiming for that daily R1. Might look at if we do a young little retest and drive. The hell I just do? A little retest and drive from there. That might be a play. I only have one bullet left in the chamber. I'm going to save that for the Power Ranger because that's my most consistent strat. But that's that. I want to go on record. I potentially call that if it happens. They go on record. Okay, we're going to swap over to Naz. I think Naz is going to be the pair I pick. We're going to see what's going to happen now. I am, however, a little anxious. We do have news in the next 15. Anything can happen during that news event. So we'll see. We'll see what happened. Because I haven't done I haven't done any research on what the probabilities of that news event being are or is. So I have no idea how that's going to swing. So we're going to see. Let's just see what we set up for. The fact that we're going this bullish, this strongly, just before a news event, seems like a little bit of an eerie sign for me. So we're going to see. We're going to see Ed has options. He indeed has options. Don't argue about pizza, Ed. We know that... What? We know that was the nail in the coffin with arguing about... who argues about pizza? Is this like a whole should pineapple go on pizza? Should pineapple go on pizza? Chad, are you a pineapple on pizza kind of person? I don't mind. I don't love it, but I don't necessarily hate it either. News in 15 minutes. Would you take it? Yeah, listen, I am cognizant of that fact. I think we'll see. We'll see. If the Power Ranger Prince is set up, I'll take it, and then just cross my fingers and hope not to die. Okay, cool. So let's see how it goes, Chad. Let's see how it goes. I think I'm going to lock in on my Naz deck. On the deck of Naz, that almost sounded wrong. If I had pronounced that slightly differently, that would have sounded very off. Indices making blue... Very good segue, that. Very good segue. Pineapple do not belong on pizza. Fight me, I'll choke you. I don't think you can choke me, Rux. I am unchokeable. Look at me. I am the captain now. I'm okay with it, man. You know what I did love? Romans had a what did they used to call it? The Fiji, banana, and bacon on pizza. That was amazing. The first time I heard about it, sounded like the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. A friend of mine back in first year put me on it. I was like, that sounds gross, guy. He's like, listen, I will pay for it. It's free food. Just eat it. I took one bite and I was like, you know what? This is my new favorite pizza now. We're good to go. And then they discontinued it, the bastards. And like no one else has made it as good. I've tried a few from a few other restaurants. No one else has made it as good. There was something about the like a Roman stick base and that bread-like consistency. Oh, Chad, it was amazing. We just report the Forex Insights. And hey, Brian, whose side are you on? You bastard. Anna, come on. You got the banana on. It was like cooked banana too. It was like fried. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Although, in your defense, I am half Ugandan. And cooked bananas is a thing in Uganda. So that might be that little Ugandan palate shining through the fact I like banana on pizza. That is the first time I've clocked that connection, actually. I don't know why it's hit me now for the first time. That might be a thing. Oh, that's hilarious. Do you speak French? No, I don't think they speak French in Uganda. I don't believe they do, no. That you're thinking more north. More Congo, I want to say. And those other French-speaking colonies. Well, Ivory Coast. I know they speak French in Ivory Coast. But no, I was born in South Africa, raised here. So I am South African for all intents and purposes. Parlez-vous français? What? Est-ce que tu parlez-vous français? Is that how you say that? Is that how you pronounce that? I would Chad, I can't change my accent for crap. No matter what language I'm speaking, the accent sticks. It's like languages are not my thing. Even when I speak Xhosa, the accent does not go away. So every time I speak it to someone new, they're always like, "Where the hell are you from?" Like, you're saying all the words, but it doesn't quite sound right. Okay, Chad, we got that first break of the open range here, going for that daily R1 like I said we would. We're going to see what's going to happen. We are 10 minutes away from news, so I think I'm just going to wait for what the news ends up saying. Ed, the mommies love French. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. Hey! Daddy FX, you parlez-vous français? No? Do you speak the French? I don't know, is that a South African thing? I don't know. I'm not sure that South African mommies like French like that. I don't know what women want. I've been out the game too long, Chad. I've been out the game way too long. I don't know what anybody wants. I'm just gonna put myself on the table and hope that's enough. I refuse to self-improve. Take me as I am. I'm just curious to see what US 30 is doing. Okay, momentum finally died down. Nah, I'm out in US 30. Gonna focus on the NASDAQ. Let's see. You can be the buffet at a swingers club, Ed. Jeez, guy. Yes. I don't think I could do that, eh? Multiple people, it's a whole that's I'm very liberal, but even that's outside my comfort zone. That's a wild concept to me. Do we hate heroes that much? Okay. Uno momento, s'il vous plaît, monsieur. Okay, there we go. Give it 2 seconds. Okay, go. Dave's suggesting some open lines for you, Ed. Some open whoa. Let's calm down. Ed has limits. Even Ed has his limits, Chad. Yo. Me at a swingers club. It's okay. It's okay. That's I can't do strange. That's actually my thing. I can't do strange. I need to at least kind of know you. Like, okay, how you doing? What's your name? What's your favorite color? Okay, maybe now something can happen, but I can't walk in and be like, okay, cool. Check the vibe out and pick a corner. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. And Thailand is not strange. It doesn't count if it's not in your country of origin. That is the exception to the rule. Because when you get on the plane and you fly back, the whole time zone difference things, you know, your memory kind of gets erased a little bit. You barely remember. It doesn't count. Doesn't count. Shrooms is legal there as well. What, in Thailand? Yeah. Speaking of shrooms, maybe we should do drugs for my birthday. I haven't done shrooms before. That might be an idea. Hey, why am I getting more degenerate as I get older? This is strange. Why am I getting worse as I get older? Like, I was a Boy Scout when I was younger. Why am I considering going to Thailand and doing shrooms? Oh, shucks. Oh, that's funny. Your life rules sound more like trading rules. You know, it's like they written down, they fixed, you paste them on the wall, you're like, I will follow these, and then 5 minutes later you're doing your own thing. That's it. I'm getting more and more degenerate as I get older. Ed, I can hook you up with shrooms. Lyndon, why do I not trust you to hook me up with shrooms suddenly? Why am I anxious? Why am I nervous? What kind of shrooms are you gonna hook me up with? News in the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Get high, Big Ed. You can get. Listen, I'm not doing edibles again. Me and cannabis do not mix well. Like I last time I tried, I smoked it, had edibles within a week of each other. Now in January, and both times I'm like, I am just really dizzy. And it feels like I'm living life on slow-mo, but like no part of me actually enjoyed it. It's like it literally felt like, especially with the edibles, because we went quite hard. And I just sat there on the couch, and I'm like, I can feel my brain fighting to stay in control here, but my A-type personality won't let it lose control. Like I was holding on. I couldn't relax into it, man. I could not for the life of me relax into it. So I'm baked AF. One other person is kind of baked with me. Everyone else is more or less sober. They're more drinking a little bit. But like, so I'm there, and I can feel like I am high as sin right now. And I'm like, I can't keep my eyes open. Eyes are closed. But I'm still very much aware of everything around me. So I can hear when the group stops talking, and instantly I'm like, they're staring at me, aren't they? And I would open my eyes and be like, I'm still here, I'm still good. And everyone's like, they'll giggle, laugh about themselves, continue the conversation. And my eyes would go back to being closed. And 5 minutes later, they would stop talking, stare at me. I'd be like, you're staring at me, aren't you? I'd open my eyes and be like, what? I'm still here. I'm like, I couldn't just relax into it. So it wasn't like I was paranoid or like anything. I could not just chill. I was fighting for control. Granted, at the same time, emotionally, I wasn't in a great space at the time. So maybe that's why I couldn't just relax and my anxiety levels were a little high. But geez, I could not for the life of me just let the weed take over and chill. I think I'm just I'm just like that. And previous times when I've done it, same thing. It's like I just feel dizzy and uncomfortable and I don't like it. I like having a sense of not being in control of myself. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I am weird like that. Okay, so based on what's printing right now, based on where the open range is, price action like this, a break back into the range, we would look ideally for a retest of the top of the open range, a bearish close, and then we want to sell it to the bottom of the range is what we'd be looking for. The volatility on here is not super ideal. This candle is already like 60 pips by itself and still a minute and a half before it closes. This 5-minute candle does not have a top wick, and that's also indicative of a top wick is probably still going to be made. So we might get the retest. I'm hoping for a small retest, a shorter candle, something in this little... let's see if we can draw a nice little candle there. A nice little white candle like that, and then we would short from there is what I'd be looking for. We're going to see if we're going to get it. We do have news now in the next minute, in the next 55 seconds. So we'll see how that's going to play out. I've added a new rule to the Power Ranger. If we're doing an intra-range play, if 50% of the range has been taken out already, then that's chalked. There's 150. What's a half of 150? 75. 75 is there. So we're definitely close to half of the range already. Just gonna do that. If we get to half of the range, then we're not gonna do the intra-range play. Because then what does tend to happen after about half, if it wants to reverse, that's normally a good point for it to reverse. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. You got paranoid, bro. Dude, it was just like I don't know. It didn't feel like paranoia. It was just no, I want to be in control. I want to be unhigh. I want to be able to open my eyes and keep them open. Why can't I keep my eyes open? This sucks. Oh, that's funny. Last time I smoked some was like 8 years ago. Dude, I'm not... Before now in Jan, last time I had weed prior to that was like maybe 2 years prior to that. And then maybe another 2 years prior to that. Not really my... Jeez. Well, that news candle was rough. Okay, intra-range plays done for then. What did US 30 end up doing? Massive bullish fall. Jeez, okay, what did the news end up coming out as? Go to today. Inflation expectations at 4.9%. Consumer sentiment, massive miss. Hey, okay. Massive miss on there. Okay, we're going to stick our expectations on NAS then. What did the US dollar do? Not too much action in the USD there. Okay, we're going to keep our eyes open here, Chad. Breaking back into that Asia high, Asia low still untested. If we get that bearish order flow I've been waiting for all freaking day, that might be the move we're going to get here. I did want it off this weekly level there, but I don't think we're going to get it. I do not drink, so my party substance is edibles or a nice joint. I don't drink either. Like I'm not I don't know. I'm a very vanilla person. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do weed. I've never done shrooms. I'm just listen. I'm just here for the vibe. I'm just here for the vibe. Why I gotta be under an influence? I'm perfectly capable of having fun as I am. I'm boring like that. Although I might try shrooms. That does sound like it would be a fun thing to try, at least once. Damn, I wish I full ported cells. Always in hindsight, guy. Trading makes so much sense in hindsight. It's redonkulous. Say love is your drug, Ed. It hasn't treated me well before. I love me. That's been working out great. You'll turn into a frog. If I do what? Take shrooms. If I turn into a frog, well, I feel like I'm a frog. I'm going to be honest with you, Chad. I'm not super keen to get into any risky trades today. It is Friday. I do want a nice little lacquer weekend. I have some Friday funds available, and if I do some stupid trading, maybe my weekend funds start to fizzle out a little bit. I'm keen for a good time this weekend. I did not bring my gym bag to work with me today, so I have to go home first, which is slightly annoying, but it's fine. I'm trying to also not let myself sweat the small things. So what if I have to do a little bit of a detour? So what's the plan for this weekend? So gym tonight, and then we're going to see who's going to be there. There might be someone I'm very keen to talk to who's going to be there. After, I think my friend Kim is also going to be at gym tonight. So we might do something after gym, potentially, maybe. Tomorrow, beach day. Gonna hang out, gonna chill, soak up some sun. And then Sunday, well, if the person I want to talk to is at gym today, maybe I might be doing something with them on Sunday, potentially, maybe. We don't know. We're leaving our options open. Ed, do you have a job or are you a full-time trader? Well, I currently work for Vault Funder. I am their ads specialist and risk assessor. So that's technically the full-time job, which is why I'm in this office. I was going to say 9 to 5. I wish it was 9 to 5. I'm in this office 7:30 to 5, actually. And then, because it's a trading company, they let me look at the charts pretty much whenever I want to, as long as everything else gets done. So, bit of both, I would say. Bit of both. But then I did kind of cheat. I got myself a job related to trading so I could trade more. So I don't know if that counts like someone else who's... I had a risk interview today with a guy who's a correctionals officer. Different sort of like job versus full-time trader balance. I kind of cheated a little bit. If the weather is good, Sunday I'll be attending a balloon flight. As in a hot air balloon flight. That's sick. I was planning on getting a little hot air balloon action as part of a plan for something else that is now never going to materialize. So I need to come up with a new plan as to what's going to put me on a hot air balloon. Because that sounds like fun. That sounds like something I'd be keen to do. To be honest, price action was better under Biden. Jonathan, I fully agree. I was way more profitable the last 3 months of last year. No, that's a lie. The last... I'll have to check. To be honest, this year hasn't been that bad. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I'll have to check. This year's been okay. I think my hit rate's been worse this year, but my actual profits pulled when I do pull them, I think has been better. I'll have to check. I don't like the price action though. Point of story, I don't like the price action. Ask your gym date tonight. Ask her what? To go on a hot air balloon with me. What degree did you study? Funny enough, I studied human movement science. Did my honors in biokinetics, and then did my masters in human movement science. So I was in health and fitness for like a decade plus before I got into the trading space. I still do powerlifting coaching on the side as well. If any of you are looking on getting strong AF, I got you. Actually, that's my little coaching company, Stronger Than Steel. So we do strength training, muscle building, and the like. That's our VAB. Stronger Than Steel. We're all going to nationals now in June, which I'm quite keen for. The balloon flight. I might, maybe, if she plays her cards right over the next couple months. Might be like, hey, you want to go on the hot air balloon with me? I want to ask you something. I want to ask you something. Chad, this price action is ass. Like massive moves, but like just random to me. Although if it wasn't for news, I would have been tempted to sell off here. That is a really good level to have sold off on. Let's see what happens. What made you pursue trading? To be honest with you, it was a random conversation with a really good friend of mine at the gym. He was like, hey, dude, I'm going into this thing. It's called trading. You buy and sell Forex pairs. You can make a cock ton of money. You should get into it. And I was like, yeah, okay, you know. I'll buy it. Because I'd heard about trading like 2 years prior from another friend of a friend. And he was like, oh, dude, I wake up at like 2 a.m. in the morning. And I do this thing where we trade. And then it looked like freaking gibberish to me. And I was like, oh, I made 80,000 Rand the other day. I was like, you made what? Excuse me? Huh? At the time, I had a really, really busy, really stressful job, which was paying me really well at the time. So I was like, listen, I don't have the capacity to be waking up at 2 a.m. to do whatever you're doing. So I'll give it a skip, but it sounded interesting. And then fast forward 2 years, had the conversation with my friend in the gym. And he was like, nah, dude, that's Asian session. You don't have to trade Asian session. You can trade London, which is in the morning, and then you can trade New York, which is in the afternoon. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And then, I just started dabbling into it, found it interesting, started reading up about it, found that interesting, and just got into this rabbit hole. And then by the time I had lost a crap ton of money and was stressing my heart off, I was in too deep, and I was like, listen, I refuse to give up and be wrong. I will make this right and successful. And then fast forward another year and a half after that, I'm like, okay, we have finally recouped all the losses. That took long. Dad, if I knew how long and how frustrating the road of trading was going to be for me, the outcome being exactly where I am now and no further, I am very unsure I would have gotten into trading. Because if I put the same amount of time and effort into Stronger Than Steel or anything else, I would be much further along than I am now. I would be way further along. Because this has taken me a cuck long time to properly get my head around and properly get to a good space. I might have a dramatically different answer for you 2-3 months from now. If current trend continues 2-3 months from now, I might have a dramatically different answer for you. But if we were to stop like today, the amount of time and effort I've put in, jeez Louise, I would have been, whatever other industry I'd gone into, I'd be freaking rocking it. Oh, I've had fun though. I have had fun along the way. It's been good. Also getting the opportunity to work as closely as I have with Keegan, with Chris, to get into and with Vault Funder, learn the ins and outs of the prop firm industry. It has been good. It has been good. And the whole, like, me doing the ads and stuff for a business such as this, that's also been a valuable skill. I've done a few courses. There's some more courses I actually want to go into that Vault Fund is willing to pay for, which is quite cool. So massive opportunity. So I might have a dramatically different answer for you 2 months from now. But jeez, it's been a uphill battle. It's been a schlep. How long have you been trading for? What was your biggest hurdles, and how did you conquer the hopping around period? Sorry for it. No, it's all good, man. All good. I've been trading since 2022, I want to say. March of 22? It's early March of 22, I think. 23. Wait, is it 22 or 23? Wait, let me think. No, 23. What? Yo, Chad, give me a second here. No, it was 20. It was 23. It was 23. March of 23. Last year was a full year. We're going for 2 full years now. This is 2 full years now. So we've been at it for 2 years. What was your biggest hurdles? Biggest hurdle in trading, standard stuff. Greed, first of all, which I think I'm over. But truth be told, when I go back and analyze trades I've done, if I was more accepting of less, I would be way more profitable than I am now, if that makes sense. Like almost like I'm too good for a 1:1. If I was just a 1:1 kind of guy, I think I'd be way more profitable overall than I am now. So greed, massive one. FOMO was one of the biggest hurdles, just entering random trades because I needed to enter a trade. How I got over that was you get burned enough times when you just learn, listen, how many times have you entered an impulsive trade and it worked out for you? And how many times have you done it and you got burned? And eventually you're like, listen, I get burned 9 times out of 10 when I enter impulsively. So I'm like, well, stop doing that. What else is? How do you conquer the hopping around period? I'm a really analytical person at heart. So I like having reasons to do things. So I started off trading SMC, and I did that for almost a year before I hopped around into a different strategy. I chose SMC because tickled my brain the right way. It made sense to me the way I heard it explained. It was a decent enough system. I passed a few final challenges with it, and I left it when it was like, okay, it's had a very consistent string of losses for a significant length of time, and despite more time and effort into learning and refining, I have not been able to make it right, and thus I am now switching over to a different strategy, and that's why I went to the pivots, Asia highs, lows, support, resistance, which, to be fair, Chris told me to swap into the very first time, and I didn't listen because I had to see SMC all the way through. So I'm not much of a hop arounder anyway. I am loyal to a fault. Once I pick something, I pick it until it stops working, then I move on. Both in life and in trading. That's just how I am. Yeah, hope that answers that. How did you meet Chris and Keegs? So PE is really small. So if you're trading to any significant degree, you take it seriously, we get to know each other. So I think how I got to meet them is mutual friend Hein, who you guys have seen on the Chad. He's visited a bunch. So Hein is Keegan's best friend. So I started coaching Hein for powerlifting. And then through coaching him for powerlifting, I just started trading at the time, found out he was a trader. He helped teach me a couple things because he had been trading a lot longer than I have. He started teaching me a few things. Vault Markets opened up a branch here in PE, which Chris opened up. Chris met Keegan through, I think Chris met Hein first, then Keegan through Hein. They got into business with each other with Vault Markets. They had a opening event thing. By that time, I had started watching the streams for about a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks at that point. So I knew of them through the streams, met them at the opening event. We got on well. Keegan's also really big into the fitness scene, so we bonded over that. So I'd pop into the office every so often, ask a couple questions, get a little refinement on something, and then we just built a relationship from there. And now we've gotten to the point where they can go to Cape Town and go have a ball, and I'm the one who has to slave away and keep the lights on. Okay, Chad, this is taking way longer than I wanted. Still waiting for a nice little setup on here. I'm looking at the bottom of this open range. I am going to give it until about 4:30, though. So we're going to give it another 15-ish minutes. I swear, if those boys tell me that they went clubbing or something fun while in Cape Town, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to be very upset. They should have the little masterclass thing. They should have a meet and greet thing after that, and they should go back to their hotel room, and they should sleep, and it'd be boring, and yeah. No fun without me. No Mavericks. No Mavericks. If they go to Mavericks without me, I swear I will tell Chris's wife. I will snitch. I will ruin it for everybody. I will tell Caitlin. I will tell Chris's wife. Everyone will have a bad time. On IG now, they have a live where they're at the waterfront. Are they at the waterfront right now? No way. No way. Mavericks is a vibe. Fobs, don't tell me about things I can't enjoy. Are they at the waterfront right now? Whose thing is that on? I don't see it live on the thing. Is that on YouTube? Wait, is that live? Snitches get stitches. Listen, I was going to say, listen, I'm bigger than they are. They can't hurt me. But Keegan and Chris are some giant human beings. Actually, no, they're particularly Chris. Chris is way bigger than I am. I don't think Chris can fight though. I feel like it would be a yeah, man. Keegan can probably fight. Keegan probably fights really well. Chris, I could take on Chris. Keegan would give me a hard time. I could take on Chris. Come on! Go Power Ranger! Yes, Chad. Is it just me, or is just price action just been ass for the most part this year? Like, I feel like I have to beg for a sit-up. US 30 tripping. What's US 30 doing? Waterfalling? Yeah. And again, I'd only be comfortable with this under Asia lows, which is essentially what I'm waiting for with Naz here. Under Asia highs. Okay, Chad. We look like we're getting something. How big is this massive ass candle? 50 pips. I don't like how volatile things are. That's a massive move, man. W stream. Oh, thanks, boys. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. You never really know how these things are going to turn out. I am a very different personality, a very different trader to Chris and Keegs. So you never really know how these things are going to go. Like, y'all are not exactly my audience, you're theirs, but I do appreciate the fact that you guys are enjoying it. I'm gonna, dude, you just made my day, man. Khalil, I love that. I am gonna get Yo, guys, I cannot freaking speak today. I am going to get better with the regular content on my channel, though. I have an action plan. I've adjusted nicely to the workload I have going on here. And we are currently trying to build another studio at the back. So that there's more than one studio. So when the boys are busy in this one, I can be in the other one. So I am going to get a little bit more regular as of next week. So you guys will be seeing my face a little bit more often, just not necessarily on this channel. It's that girl at... Listen, there is a now fourth different girl. Now, I'm not an extrovert naturally. Don't look at me here talking my ass off nonstop for the last hour and a bit. Typically, I'm introverted in the sense that me talking and socializing with people costs me energy. And I need to recharge by being by myself or if I'm not completely by myself, I'm with people who I'm super comfortable with, where I don't need to think about what I'm talking about. So there's this fourth girl who I've spoken to like once. Spoken to like twice. I'm not lying when I say this girl is so pretty. Like, so absolutely freaking gorgeous. She's like 2 or 3 leagues above me. Like, makes me nervous to talk to. And that's my point. When I'm talking to her, I feel like I am constantly thinking about what is the next word that's going to come out of my mouth. Like, it is very uncomfortable talking to her. She's so pretty. And the second time I talked to her, it was like a nice little vibe. It's like, oh, like she's comfortable with me. I clearly have not given her creep vibes. It's a thing. But I find myself not wanting to talk to her because she's so pretty. It costs so much energy to talk to her. I'm like, I would never relax in your presence. I would constantly be thinking like, do I sound like an idiot right now? Should I say this? Should I say that? What's the best way to articulate this sentence to come across in the best possible light? It's just too much. It's too much. I need someone in my league who I'm like, listen, whether you like me or not, I don't particularly care too much. Oh, she's way too much. She's way too much. Like, What's that Sean Kingston song? You're way too beautiful, girl. You'll have me suicidal when you say it's over. That's the kind of vibe. I'm like, no, you're way too pretty. You're way too pretty. That would be a harsh life for me. You know when your girl is so pretty, when she leaves the house without you, you're nervous. That's how pretty she is. I'm like, no. Everybody and their granddad is gonna be staring at her as soon as she leaves the house. I can't deal with that stress. I can't deal with that stress. No, it's okay. I don't actually want that for me. Butterfly, they're already saying at the gym. Wait, did I miss something? Give me context. I've spoken a lot of crap in the last 3 minutes. I don't even know what I even said to prompt that. That's funny. The gym gigolo. Nah. I'm just, again, we're getting far ahead of ourselves. I'm just having conversations, and I'm thinking about possibilities. But we have not gone any which way as of yet. I'm just enjoying the fact that I can have these conversations and there's no repercussions for it. Oh, that's funny. Daddy, you have a good one, man. Price action is on the cock side of life. Chad, I'm just going to call it about 4:30. This is APA, ass price action. Yeah, I'm probably going to still watch the charts, but I'm going to do it from my phone on the drive to home. Quickly change for gym. Drive there. And maybe we catch a Power Ranger at gym. Be one of those influencers at the gym. Catching a pump, catching these pips. I swear, if I catch a win at the gym, I'm gonna do a post like that. Ed, you have to forward test the strat. What, the Power Ranger? What I am thinking about doing is doing a little series where we do like a little coin flip or something stupid. You know, like the chicken trader that paused the funded account, got profits. Do something like that, man. Random chance trading. Might do a little series like that. Cheers, there, man. Appreciate you guys watching the streams. Put in the good word for me when the boys come back on Monday. Ed, you should stream the back testing. You should stream that back testing talking with her. We could. All oh, that would be. We'll see. This will be a really cute story. If me and the main girl of interest is what we'll call her. If another guy paused a 50K account using ChatGPT, no way, guys. What's the name? I should look that up. That'll be interesting to watch. That'll be fun. Point what I was saying. Me talking about this main girl of interest. It'll be cute to be like, listen, watch this stream. I was talking about you. Every time I said this and said that, I was talking about you. I obviously will not tell her which girl I was referring to when I was talking about her, depending on which girl she ends up being. Fast forward a couple weeks, none of them want anything to do with me. It was all in my head. They all think I'm icky and creepy, and I've been the one, I've been blowing this way out of proportion, thinking like, oh, we had a nice conversation. Meanwhile, she's telling a friend, that weird guy, Ed from gym, he keeps talking to me and keeps staring at me. It's gross, ew. Yo, Chad, this is ass price action, man. But what I hate about what's been happening in the markets now is you have terrible price action with massive moves. Because this is 150 pips worth of movement, which is a freaking bag. But how it did it is just so crap. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? These massive dildo-sized 5-minute candles. What am I supposed to do with this? Did ChatGPT give him entries, SL, and TP? No, man. I need to see. I'm gonna look for it. Ed, tell me, did you experience this in the gym? Experience what exactly? Just clarify the question for me. I'm gonna try it on Monday. Give it a little. Then Chris tried a similar thing with Gemini, and that account got chalked. It had a couple wins. Although what Chris was doing was he was, if it gave a buy entry or a sell entry straight from market open, he was just buying stop loss TP, and that was the thing. So if this thing's actually giving you the entry, that might be interesting to see. I might have Chris revisit that. When doing a PB on an exercise, you'd expect compliments from dude, I have not one time in the 12 years that I have been lifting in the gym and all the PBs I've done. Like yesterday, freaking I'm deadlifting 280, 4 reps, feeling strong, having a great day. Had like 3-4 guys come up to me at different points, be like, oh, dude, that's impressive. What's your max? And not a single lady came up to me. It was like, oh, you're so strong. Can you pick me up? Not one. So disappointing. What am I doing all this for? Not a single. I have never in my life had a woman be like, oh, dude, sick deadlift. Marry me. Oh, it's funny. Oh, shame. Life never works out the way it's meant to. So unfair. Oh, and now we're ranging like a mofo. Nah, Chad, this is APA, ass price action. And like I said, I'm not particularly keen to give away my weekend funds back to the market today. We're already 2 R down for 2 hour down after the last 2 days. I think I'm like 1 hour up for the week, or 1.5 hour up for the week, something of that sort. So I'm gonna take my minor little victory for the week and call it, machines that would impress the gym is outside. It's called the ATM machine. Brav. That's why I gotta get that 86. The 86 will do all the flirting for me. I'm just gonna be like, hey, how you doing? And they'll be like, cease. And I'll be like, okay. Walk up to my car, blip, blip, get in. Like, do you want to reconsider? Okay, I'm gonna go full screen chat. Yeah, that's what the 86 is for. That's actually part of my recruitment strategy for finding a wife. I gotta get an 86. I don't got an Idris Elba face, so I gotta get a really nice car to complement the whole situation. That's what we're doing. That says a lot about how the X's and Y's see you, my guy. Men are very impressed by me. Women find me. Yeah, you ever see that there was a study that looked at the brain activity in men and women, and what the brain activity was like when they were shown pictures of attractive and unattractive, or at least conventionally attractive, conventionally unattractive people. And when men were shown pictures of attractive women, it was the centers associated with arousal and interest and like all lit up. No shit. Same thing when women were shown pictures of attractive men, arousal, interest, like, those lit up. No shit. Obvious. When men were shown pictures of conventionally unattractive women, the same centers in your brain light up when you're like, oh, like if you were to see like a sister or a sibling or like a pet, or like it's not like a massive like or massive attraction or massive arousal, but like you still acknowledge this as being a thing. You know, it's still a person. When women were shown pictures of unattractive men, the areas of the brain that lit up were the areas associated with objects. So, like, if you're an unattractive man, you're basically invisible. You're a chair in the corner. Like, you're not even registering. So that's me. That's me in the gym, lifting heavy stuff in the corner there. I'm not even registering. I don't look like Idris Elba. I don't got a six pack. I might as well be part of the furniture. Lack of weekend mans. Ed, don't get too high. I will keep it chilled. Don't worry. Ed is vanilla. Ed doesn't go too off the rails. But Chad, thanks so much for joining in this last couple days. Thanks so much for joining in on the takeover. Hope you guys have a fan-freaking-tastic weekend. Put up a good word for me when the boys come in. Be like, Ed was amazing. Ed's the best. Ed should be here more often. Maybe we'll turn the 2Gs into 4Gs. Me and Miles will come in. We'll do the thing. I hope you guys had a fan-freaking-tastic one. Don't get too crazy. It's Friday. Take it nice and easy. Save your funds for the weekend. Have a fan-freaking-tastic one. Peace and love. We'll see you next week.
Maybe you should take it slow, mister. need you.